We have been in a fog, and as we emerge, we see the world's been pushed to the brink, and so have you. I'm Dr. David Orrs, I'm the Doc of DeFi, and I am, as promised, back here to the strawberry patch because we have some new additions to the ripening fruit. So I'm very excited that is continuing on its way. We got an overcast, cooler day today, so I'll wait till the sun comes back to ram some more flavor into those berries before I pick them. But today I am going to be talking about the macronutrients that are more favorable for helping you be more healthy and operating at your optimal function. So, for the longest time, there has been a notion out there that the human body is best served by a diet that is low in fat and high in carbohydrates, which unfortunately is a misnomer. It's misinformation. Although it's popular and it has been supported by a lot of half truths or depictions in the media, such as The Biggest Loser, which is a show that was on a while ago. The information is being debunked. As a matter of fact, the outcomes on The Biggest Loser are also being debunked, and we are finding out that indeed what has happened is that metabolism has slowed down significantly, which is what the science does show with such diets and such fads. So I am going to be so bold as to say that the low-fat, high-carbohydrate diet is a fad, even though a popular one. So people are saying that you need carbohydrates because that is and proteins because those are the things that support your infrastructure. It's actually what gives your body its integrity. It's what gives it its framework, and it's what is the majority building block of bodies. So therefore, you need those things. And I am going to say that's probably another bunch of misinformation. Let's take a look at certain things and how the body is made. First of all, on a macro level, and then maybe on a cellular level. So things such as the brain and the spine and the neurologic system, those are, overwhelmingly mostly fat, not carbohydrate and not protein. But then you say to yourself, well, what about muscle? What about bones? Well, let's take a look at what those things are made of. So universally, they're made they're comprised of cells, right? Cells, it's a muscle cell, it's a bone cell, it could be a cardiac muscle cell, it could be a skin cell, a hair cell, a nail cell, the cell. Let's take a look at what the cell is actually comprised of. So there's a membrane around it, then there's some liquid inside called cytoplasm, and then there are some subcellular things such as the nucleus and mitochondrion, and smaller things after that. So but a large part of it is the membrane itself. And what is that made of? Well, it's actually made up primarily of fat. There could be small little receptors on top of it that are carbohydrate, but the vast majority of that is a lipid bilayer. Lipids means fat, and it's fat. So every single cell, no matter what you derive it from, even if it is bone, it is actually at its basis over 50% fat. So that's the truth of all of that. And so there are food choices that serve you better than to have low fat and high carbohydrate. We won't get into all of that now, it's far too complicated. But it is a bit of misinformation. Actually, it's a lot of misinformation. And it's been propagated by people who have interests either in protecting their reputation because they touted it for such a long time, and they have to keep saying the same thing, or they have invested in profit-making companies that rely on the fact that low-fat, high-carbohydrate is the best message for everyone. So anyways, let's see where that goes in the misinformation field in the blockchain or crypto space. The the biggest one I could think of is the idea of central bank digital currencies. So here again, we have some misinformation. It is a digital currency, but it is not the same as the one that started it all, Bitcoin, and the peer-to-peer um, open transparency and autonomy that this whole space is meant to be. So what's happening in the central bank digital currency space is that it is digital, and so and um, doesn't require like a physical wallet. It's not a physical thing, and so the people who are touting this as messages as progress are allowing you to fill in and making some extrapolation from what you might have heard of already, which has been the blockchain and has been things such as Bitcoin. So that's not necessarily so, but in everybody trying to make sense of the whole deal, we are filling in what we can. We are trying to, bring notions together in one common way of looking at things, and we are maybe dragging information into the central bank digital currency sphere that doesn't belong there. But the people who are touting the message rely upon you to be doing this. So it's sort of like some omission of some information in their favor, and then allowing you to try and put two and two together when you're putting the wrong two with the wrong two, if that makes any sense. But anyways, that's my 2 cents right now on today, and we'll see you guys on the next video.